Good afternoon on what is a bright, clear but chilly and blustery day. It is Friday the 4th of February. I'm back in the reading Nook with some parcels and a nice hot cup of tea. And the next thing I'm going to look at is this, which is the Dungeons Book of BattleMats. Two sets of battle map books for RPG, and this is published by Loke BattleMats, and I want to thank Neve for lending me this to examine and do an unboxing of. So it looks almost like a record sleeve, but it's open-ended at both ends, as you can see. So what does it say on the back? 80 maps, endless options, open and roll. Attention adventurers, the Dungeon Books of BattleMats are two dungeon-themed tabletop roleplay map books full of modular maps. Create your own dungeon with two books that line up to create endless layouts, giving you a 24 by 24 inch map area from books that fit in your bag. Reduce your game prep time with these portable maps. Wipe clean with a 1-inch grid design, 360 degree spine, allows the book to fold completely in half if space is tight, or lay dead flat so your adventure can unfold in front of you. With the imagination sparky designs, the Dungeon Books of BattleMats are reusable for a limitless number of dungeon encounters, with winding corridors, tunnels, traps, cells, and sewers to explore and escape. The dungeon is waiting for you, so it's all over you. It's all over to you. Roll for initiative. Okay, so and so on the back you can see it has it shows you what is in each book. So there's book 1 and there's book 2. We've got the blurb there, which could, to be honest, if as an editor I'm going, yeah, they could have done with a bit of work. But anyway, so you pull these out, and we've got these two books. We're going to have a look at book volume 1 first, and open and roll. 40 white clean battle map pages. This is a place of dark legend, talked about only in hushed tones by those who have heard the tales passed down in local folklore. None are brave enough to repeat the name. If these walls could talk, it would be in a harsh, thin voice. Tales of horror almost beyond imagining, with beasts no sane person would believe existed, patrolling the endless corridors in search of who knows what dreadful reward. The normal rules which govern ordinary lives are meaningless here. And now you're here. May your good judgment and luck help you, because nothing else will. The Dungeon Book of BattleMats, Volume 1, contains 40 white clean pages of modular maps, which can be used individually across both pages of the book or lined up with the maps of Volume 2 to create epic play areas. So it's over to you, roll for initiative. So, and here we've got on the back, so you can see the text, and then there's the individual maps. So, open up nice and blank, and I'll just show you what they mean. So it lies flat like that, or you could lie it just like that. So there's automatically, you've got, as I say, 360 degrees, and it nicely curves over, and they're it's about the size of an LP sleeve, so you have, it fits reasonably into your bag, but it's also quite portable. And also the other thing is, if you've got a certain set of shelves from a certain Swedish furniture manufacturer, these will slide right on. So we start off with an area outside the dungeon, and essentially you can use these as individual maps, or you can use these together like that. So you've got one big flat playing surface, so that's 2 foot long and 1 foot wide. And then we get on to the outer edges of the dungeon, and so these aren't necessarily, these are look to be sort of areas outside the dungeon necessarily before you get to it. So you've got like a courtyard area, or you've got an inner area on the second one, and here we get into the full dungeon itself. So you've got individual rooms like that, and a big pool area. So these, really what the referee is doing is flipping through these and looking for inspiration. And thinking, can I map my dungeon, or essentially my adventure, onto these maps? They're not necessarily adventures where you would, areas where you would necessarily grab these maps and just start playing. You know, you need to give them a bit more thought than necessarily run straight off the cuff with them. But you could certainly, you know, write something based around them. As is you want, you know. So yeah, and lots of sort of like decent rooms, and we've got like a jail area there. That's quite nice. I do like that one. Definite sort of like place to break out of or break into in order to rescue a prisoner. And then you've got a sort of like a complex of smaller rooms. So these are obviously the effect of these is that you think of dungeons can be quite spread out. These aren't. These are quite compact areas. And then we've got this feels very similar to another map. We've got this area basically like a battlement area over some kind of lake. So there's similarity between these and the Book of Taverns, which I showed you previously. And then we get on to caves. Brilliant. That's what I need. Somebody with a chainsaw. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, mixture between the caves and, you know, worked areas as well. So I said, yeah, 40 maps in here. You've got more of a wizard's layer in these last sections, so as I'll show you going through, and sort of like traps and like a puzzle area, which I think I'm actually holding this upside down. It should be like that. Just trying to separate these because they're plastic pages. They sort of stick together a bit. Sewers. And lastly, some kind of big layer for your evil villain. So that's book one. Let's have a look at book two, volume 2, I should say. So there's volume 2. And pretty much the same on the back there, but I'm going to show you what you can do with these. So I'm going to show you just with the end section. So we had a look at this area here, but what you could do is you could do that. So you've got one giant play area, 2 foot square. Or you can, you know, just basically fold these over and connect those two, for example, if you wanted to. Or if you needed sort of like a final room, then perhaps you would do something like that. I mean, it's all down. You know, it's all up to, you know, however you want to design your encounters. But the flexibility and the modularity between the two books is fairly high. But again, it comes back down to that use of just, you know, finding it's finding a use and inspiration for these individual locations. So we start off, of course, with the plain maps, which you can just write on and just do a quick battle on. So they're always there just in case. Then we've got the outside areas and along a shore or a bank with falling into ruins. Then an inner area, inner rooms, and stairs going down, of course. Always need those. Down to a deeper level of a dungeon. And we get down to the further level of dungeons, so you sort of come downstairs and you've got the beginning of a complex of rooms. So they come down there and you work your way through these rooms, and you know, if you've got miniatures, and this is going to look great on the table, and you're going to get a lot of play out of these. Some of these are, you know, obviously a bit plain, but again, we've got more rooms, more features. I'm going to go. No, okay, and strange, partially flooded rooms, or spell effects of some kind, magic. Some of these again are a bit plain, but I mean, there's nothing to stop you drawing upon these and marking up further areas of terrain. You know, blocking with walls and routes and corridors. Right, and more rooms. And I mean, you know, there is an element of here, sort of like the format constraining what you can draw, and just trying to what the designers have come up with of trying to fit interesting things into that space. So there is certainly a very compact nature to these rooms. It doesn't show so much with the tavern set, because essentially that's a built-up area. But with the dungeon area, which could be quite open. And here we go again. I think it's basically an angle grinder of some kind. So apologies for this. But we're 11 minutes into this video, and I don't really want to, you know, I had to throw this one away. So bear with me. Haven't got to the point where we've got the ice cream van yet. I'm not doing it quite so late in the day today. But, so yeah, we've got more ruins as well. So yeah, this again, very nicely done. I think of use if you want inspiration, more cut. You've got more caves here, inspiration, finding interesting places for the players to explore, and have encounters. Oh, that's on the room. That's you've got a library there and a summoning room. Those are both good. I really like those. You know, that's going to be the first time you put that down on the table. That's going to really have an impact. And more sewers. And again, we get down to a sort of vague summoning area. So that is the 2 books of dungeon maps from Loke Games. Useful tools to have, you know, as you said, looking for inspiration for an encounter, or oh, sorry, let's try and get this back in. For encounter, or you know, a battle of some kind, and you need inspiration. There's this for your dungeon. Anyway, thanks very much for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you've enjoyed this, please do click the like button, and I can only apologise for the noise, but I do want to thank Neve again for lending this to me. If you've got any comments or feedback, I appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a parcel and a book or game which I will extract, unbox, and talk about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so. All, of course, accompanied by, well, the cat is not ours, is gone, and a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do hit that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.